Hi everybody, welcome back to another video about Raid Shadow Legends with Kat. Today we're talking about why right now is a great time to start an account. So this means if you've been a veteran player for a while and you've been playing an account for a good minute, this is a good time for you to start a new account. So the best way to do that is to click the link in the description and scan the QR code up here.
Do it.
And I would recommend starting a brand new account, like new email, start over from scratch completely, because there is a lot of cool stuff going on right now. There's a lot more champions that you can get really quickly. Like we're talking in the first week, in the first 24 hours, you can get a solid group of champions to start your account with. So now's a good time if you've been thinking about it, or maybe if you're somebody who's never heard of Raid Shadow Legends before and you're like, Kat, what the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about this great game called Raid Shadow Legends. So this is a game that I've been playing for a hot minute, like better part of a year. I tried it on a whim. I loved it. And so now I'm making videos about it because why not? So if you scan the QR code here, use the link in the description, you're going to get 2 free epic champions, Rector Drath and Yugo. Both of them are going to give you a better head start than you would if you just downloaded the game off of the App Store and just started things on your own. You're not only just going to get them, you're going to get a bunch of other free materials. You're going to get silver, you're going to get epic tomes, which level up your champion's abilities, but you're going to get plenty of things that give you a better head start versus if you were just starting the account. Oh, I've heard people talk about Raid Shadow Legends. I guess I'll try it. Don't just download it. Use a QR code, use a link in the description, because that's how I started my account, and I started off with a bunch of characters that were really helpful. I still use Tayrel, who was one of my first champions. I still use Rector Drath like crazy. I liked her so much that I said when I was going to start doing the sponsored videos of Raid Shadow Legends, I was like, I need Rector Drath still. She is one of my best characters. She is a fantastic healer, which is what I need, especially when I'm doing things like the Demon Lord, because I want my champions to be able to keep being refreshed and keep hitting damage as hard as they can for as long as they can. So the second part of this that I recommend is when you are doing this, you're going to go into the promo codes and you're going to enter the promo code Monkey King. And when you do that, you're going to get this super cute guy, Sun Wukong, the Monkey Man. And he is ultimately one of the best characters I've ever seen in this game. And the great part about him is he's free. But you can only do this in the first 24 hours of playing the game. So you need to do this immediately. If you are starting a new account, or if you even started a new account a couple days ago, scrap it and start over. I'm dead serious. Get him in the first 24 hours. He should be your priority versus anything else. So once you've entered the code Monkey King and you've gotten Sun Wukong, you can enter a promo code again in 24 hours and then get something new. So what I would recommend you do next is you follow the link in my description that's going to take you to the Raid Shadow Legends event page for their Alice's Adventures event that's running on. This is a massive event. So the link is going to take you to this cute little story. You can click for sound and you can hear all this stuff. But the animations on this are so cool. Look, it's a little bonk, bonk, bonk. And you can go through the whole story and learn the lore that is behind all of these characters. Oh, I even got myself a little free energy from playing the game. I love this. So as you go through it, you can skip the story at the top if you want, if you're lame. But if you're cool like me, the best thing to do here is go through the story, look at how much time and effort somebody put into making this. So once you go through the whole thing, you are going to get a free promo code at the very end of it that you can use in-game to get a bunch of accessories and items and resources that you need. So if you're doing all of this, if you're using a link in the description or a QR code to start your game off right, if you're getting Sun Wukong immediately and you're logging into the game, you're going to get a lot of free champions right off the bat. It's going to give you a super solid start. That's why right now is one of the best times to start a new account with Raid Shadow Legends. So you heard me say that you're going to get a bunch of new free characters. One of those is going to be Alice herself. So you'll notice in here that I have the Alice Chase. This is a login event that starts when you start playing the game, and this comes off right off the bat. This is going to be, you can activate the Alice login rewards until March 26th. So you have a long time to do this, but I'm still telling you to do this right now because there's a lot of other events that are going to be happening towards the end of January. So do it now. But if you are seeing this video later on and you're like, oh, it's February, should I still? Yes, of course you should. All of these characters are available. Sun Wukong is still going to be available. Alice is going to be available. But if you're watching this in January, come in now. You don't have to play this game for very long. I have a video up here that's going to pop up about how I only play this game like 15 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes. You don't have to put in a ton of effort. You can kind of start and see where you're at, test the game out for a day or two, see how you like the aspect of some things being idle, some things being more competitive, and just see if it works for you. So after 7 days of logging in, you are going to get Alice, a full legendary champion. So in the first week, you are going to have 4 fantastic champions that are going to help you. I'm getting some experience points today. A little experience boost. All right, so let's say you've logged in, you've started a new account, you've clicked the link in the description, you've scanned the QR code, you've got your 2 free epic champions from me. You're welcome. And you're also getting Sun Wukong because you're listening to Kat. You're welcome. So let's say you've gone through, you've opened everything up. You're not going to get Alice until day 7, but that's okay. There's a lot of other stuff you're going to be able to get. So right now, there is this whole fusion event going on in a chase to get the Mad Hatter. It is crazy hard. I'm going to be real with you. It's crazy hard. I've only gotten one little cluster of 25 fragments for this epic champion that you need 4 of in order to get Mad Hatter. And I know people who play this game like crazy and are struggling with this event. I'm not here to tell you you can get the Mad Hatter instantly. Unless you want to spend a ton of money, in which case it's your life. You do what you love. However, if you're like me and you tend to be pretty mid-core, I'm still enjoying how many events are going on. We have a champion training tournament, there's a dragon tournament, there's a classic arena stuff, and there's also an artifact enhancement event, which is great because I also just recorded a video where I optimized my artifacts, and since I changed a bunch, I had to upgrade them, and I spent probably close to 6 million silver. But look, I get a bunch of stuff. So I got this all in one day. That is 1,500 points from doing something that is a normal part of the game, and I went a little bit hard. So I'm getting there towards 4,700 points. All of these events are based on things that you'd normally do in game. If you do a little bit extra, it's going to be fantastic. Some of these you can even double up on, like the Dungeon Divers event, which is going on here. If you are going into the event dungeon and getting all the super good gear that's in there, or the dragon tournament, like you see up here, you're going to get points for both. So if you're going into the Dragon's Lair, which is a dungeon that's in the game, you're going to be getting points for the dragon tournament and for the Dungeon Divers event at the same time. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to look at the events that are happening and double up on your points and get the most bang for your buck or for your time. So speaking of dungeons, we're going to check out the event dungeon that's going on. So the Queen of Hearts is one of the characters that's in the game that you can get. However, she's also the leader of this event dungeon. So the great thing about the Queen of Hearts event dungeon is that you're going to get some pinpoint gear. Pinpoint gear is fantastic because it stacks on stats. So the more pinpoint pieces that you equip, the more stats that are going to be boosted as you use all of this gear. Using the link in the description or the QR code, you're going to get some free energy refills. Now you can use those to go into the Queen of Hearts dungeon. We're going to try it out. I'm going to do a kind of lower setting because I'm new with Alice. I want to see how she is first. But I have Alice here, my champion that I get after 7 days of login. She's not fully optimized yet, but in a couple days, it will be my 14th day, and I'm going to get a 2-star perfect soul for her. I'm also trying to get her up fully ascended, but I'm doing a lot right now. The problem in this game is that there is too much to upgrade, and I cannot pick one single lane to funnel all of my energy. But that's okay. You can play this game however you want, whatever way makes you happy. So we're going to see how Miss Alice does. She might be small, but she is mighty. We're also going to see if this can be better if my characters have upgraded artifacts. Oh, Sun Wukong, he punt. He's so hefty. I really love that, the animation of the heart. Come on, Alice. You're making me look bad here. Alice, kick some butt. Sun Wukong. Oh, there we go. Yes, Alice got the killing blow. All right, so let's see what I got. I got an accessory. I'm going to keep these. Mostly going to keep these. I might have to start selling some of my accessories because I just drained my silver like crazy upgrading all of these guys, but that's a tomorrow problem for Kat. I am planning on making a new account. I'm going to scan my own QR code and make a new account. I'm going to do a completely new email, whole new account, And if you want to keep following along, you're going to see what I do differently. So some things I might do differently is I'm not going to get rid of certain champions. And I think I'd focus more on faction guardians and the faction wars, because a lot of the gear that I'm finding I need later in the game was there if I was focusing more on those things. So starting a new account is a great way for me to kind of start over and do things better than I did the first time. Here, I'm still going to keep this account, and this is going to be useful for a lot of more late game kind of videos. But if you want to watch me do some new stuff, I'm probably going to do some live streams, and we'll be going through all of that. So to recap, the reason it is great to start a new account on Raid Shadow Legends right now is because you can use a link and QR code to get 2 free epic champions. In my case, it's Rek'Drath and Yugo. Both are really solid, beautiful characters. You got to use the promo code Monkey King in the first 24 hours. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And it's not going to be worth it. I'm dead serious. Just look at me. Start your whole account over if you haven't used Sun Wukong. You also want to get involved because there are the Alice in Wonderland events that are happening. The Alice Chase, where you can get Alice as a free legendary champion, is happening until March 26th. But until January 23rd, there are going to be a ton of Mad Hatter events. So you want to jump in right now because you're going to get a lot of extra bonuses just for doing things that you'd normally do in the game. Last thing is, there's the Queen of Hearts dungeon where you can get a bunch of really good gear. Right now I'm at the point where my characters are not going to get very far until I have better gear equipped on them. So I'm spending a lot of time in the event dungeon, and I'm using Alice. It's going to be a great time. So if you haven't already, I know I've said it 8 times, scan the QR code, click the link in the description. You're going to get a lot of new stuff, and this is going to help you so much if you are starting a new account, whether you're a new player completely or if you have another account and you want to just start over, see what you can do differently, like I am, then these are the best ways to do it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in this video. Comment below, tell me if there's anything that you do differently. Have you started a new account recently? Tell me your experience. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one.